Hello YouTube friends and family, Stephen from Small Adventures here. Today we're going to have a final on a model project. Stay tuned. So this is Aoshima's, let's see if I can remember all this because I've already thrown the box away. R34 Nissan GTR Skyline, or Skyline GTR. Nismo Z-Tune kit. Built right out of the box. Used Tamiya TS50 mica blue right out of the rattle can over Tamiya white primer with I think 3 coats of Tamiya TS13 gloss coat over top of that. No polishing, no buffing, just straight out of the box. It pretty much fell together. It was a really easy kit to assemble. These Aoshima kits, they're all curbside. The hoods don't open. This one was damaged. It was damaged pretty bad. I remember correctly when I made this order and I got this kit in, it was 4 or 5 years ago. And I think it was Tokyo Hobby or something like that off of eBay, an eBay seller I had never bought from before. And the box came delivered about a month later, completely mangled. Looked like somebody drop kicked it. It had been ran over by a truck, and I mean, it was just pretty bad shape. It had 4 model kits in it, Japanese kits, Aoshima and Tamiya and Fujimi. And some of the model kits were pretty damaged. But now, in their defense, you know, once it gets out of their hands, it's not really anything they have any control over. And they did promptly replace 2 of the kits. But I told them this kit and one of the other one that the models looked to be intact. You know, I wish I had really went through it a little bit further, because this one was split right down here, you know, I mean, almost split in half, and halfway down the roof line, which I didn't realize at the time. Of course, I found out pretty quick when I decided to build this kit. So it took probably 3 or 4 hours just getting it glued back together and sanded smooth, puttied. Of course, you know, everything under in the front end of it, you know, is covered up by the grill, by the bumper, the nose piece, and the hood. You can't see any of it. And once I added the hood to it and had everything glued together, it pretty much made it solid, you know, and sat on all 4 corners. But I'm really pleased with how it came out, as you can't even tell, you know, in the roof that it's been pieced back together. Well, I can't tell anyway. But that was my first attempt at trying to correct that kind of a problem, doing that kind of repair work. Yeah, I think it turned out really nice. You know, it looks nice on the shelf. The stance is good. Not seen in this picture are the license plates or the muffler. No! It fell off. I will go back up on here and get it, but you know, it goes right down in there. No biggie. I should have, I can't remember if I actually put any glue on it or not, or just slid it up in place, but when I was doing final assembly on it, it fell off. I did not put any decals on it. I may go back and add the GTR decal. back here because it has the GTR emblem mounted in. I just haven't done it. And, you know, I went around the window trim and everything with a black Sharpie was the easiest way to do that. Part of the instruction, I don't know if you can see this. Let me try to get the light up in here. It just shows you with pieces of mesh that you cut out to shape 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there was no mesh included in the kit unless it fell out of the box, which is certainly possible because the box was torn open. But I had an old window frame from the house that had been out there on the utility trailer basically as trash. So I just went out there and cut some mesh out of it. I do wish I had paid more attention when I was lining that up. It's slightly off kilt, you know. I think that turned out pretty good for first time. I used a good healthy dose of Mod Podge to mount all that in. Of course, I used Mod Podge for all the glass and the headlights and everything. I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out pretty good. The paint, I love Tamiya paints. You know, that's all I do is rattle cans. I have no real desire to invest in the airbrush and then have to go through the process of mixing the paint, hardening the paint, thinning the paint, and then cleaning the airbrush after. You know, not when I can get this good of a paint job finish right out of the can. You know, that's just for me personally. But I like these Aoshima kits. They usually fall together. Yeah, I mean, everything goes together very well. Some of it's tedious. I mean, like this wing, this little back part of the wing that's black, that's a separate part, you know, which is no biggie. I think there were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate parts for the wing. That one part, I just kept knocking it off, so I finally waited till I was finished. I almost forgot to put the mirrors on the side of the car. R34 has always been my favorite generation, so it was about time I added one to the collection and put it on the shelf. Let's see if I can get some better lighting on the paint. There we go. Alrighty, well that's what I just finished up. This is build number 9 for 2021 for me. At the end of the year, I'm going to have a slideshow showing all the builds, you know, back to back in order the way I built them. Did have a goal of building 12 for 21. It's the middle of the 11th month. I've still got time to do it. I have 2 projects that I'm not going to show here. They are both race cars. If you remember when I built that DeWalt number 17 Revell 2001 Ford Taurus, put a picture of it up here somewhere. If you remember, I said I had bought a few more of those kits to use as donor kits. I have picked up some decals. I haven't really got a lot into those 2 projects yet, but I did go ahead and paint the bodies and get the primary sponsor decals on. So I guess I'm going to build one of those next. I may actually build both of those because they build pretty quick once you've got all the painting done, and I've got most of the painting done. So look for an update on one of those in the near future. I want to take a moment to thank all my subscribers, but you guys, the people out there watching and making comments and the friendships I've made, you guys are the very best part of YouTube. You're greatly appreciated. I treasure the friendships. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great week and a great weekend coming. We will see you in the next video.